What up, Chevy? Let me know if you can hear me. Jason, what up? Random stream. I'm testing out something to see if my camera would work. Oh, to see if my camera would work. It's up there. Night Watcher. Yeah, it's this fancy new microphone I got here. I need the camera over here. Oh my gosh, I gotta actually sign into Facebook. I gotta use Chrome for this StreamYard because things don't work like they should if I use it on Firefox. What up, Lisa? Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers that are going to pop in. I'll have to say that again later. I'm using StreamYards, which I haven't used in a long time. I can't get my camera to work over on OSB Studio, and I've been messing around with it. I was using something that can fake a green screen, and that was interfering with the OSB. It worked on Streamlabs, but the last time I tried getting on Streamlabs, I couldn't get on Streamlabs OBS at all. I don't remember my logon info on Facebook. That might work. Perhaps. Okay, no. Looks like password's wrong. Let's see if this works. I got it. Oh, well, we don't want to show that. These block notifications. Save that in case I log in again. The what you call it? The stories that pop up at the top of Facebook. I don't know. I keep hiding stuff. Some pretty scantily dressed ladies on here. Which if I'm just me looking at it's no big deal, but if I'm gonna try and do what I want to do on MarketPlace here, things are different over here. No, Night Watcher, I did not. I only took one lure down there with me because I didn't feel like dragging my whole wagon because I had to park pretty far away because they've got it. You can't get down to the parking lots. There's one little parking lot, I think. Yeah, I guess it was a parking lot up right off the street, like on the street. And that's where I had to go. And I had to walk pretty far. It's not it's these things that pop up, but I don't even know who the people are. You know, you swipe down for more information. Well, it's a computer. There's no swiping. I'm gonna try and figure out. I think it's present, share screen, and let me look over. Well, when it pops up. Is that how I want it to look? Let me look at this boat. I think that's a little high price, $3,000 for a 1990. Oh, it is I've seen this one. It's the aluminum craft body that I like. The shape of the front. This is actually in good shape. This is a decent price. It's $3,000. I do like the console. It's not a generic John boat console. Checking it out to see how it's appearing for you guys. I think it's working okay. Yeah, I won't be live long because I do have to go to bed pretty early tonight. I've got to be up at like 3. Well, the way I normally get up in the morning, I'd be up at about 2:50, 40. I'll tell you. I'd be up at 2:46 a.m. But I'm gonna set my alarm for 3:30. and that'll still give me enough time. I just got a breakfast order at 6:46 a.m. and I always set my alarm for pretty much 4 hours before I have to be there. But this is Bob Evans right in Valley Park, which is about 15-minute drive from here, maybe 13 minutes, depending on traffic. I can't see the chat. My cup's in the way. Yeah, that one's paying $120, so I got to get up early to do that one. It's only going like 3 point something miles. 3.26 miles from the Bob Evans to the drop off. I've delivered to this place before. It's in a little industrial park in Fenton. And then I've got one at 10:23 a.m. at Viviano's Festa Italiano out in Chesterfield. That one takes me about a good 30 to 33 minutes to get there. And it's going all the way out to St. Charles. But it's paying $95.79. But I mean, the first one's a short one, pays a little better. I'll make up the mileage difference by not doing much mileage on that first one. I think I've only done 2 breakfast orders like one time before. Oh, and Jason, since you're on here, I need to flip over to, let me make sure this keeps me on here. There is it's not an app, and it's based out of Tulsa. It's either you call the 1-800 number or you log on to their website. It's called Mail Run Carrier. It offers on-demand and scheduled delivery services for healthcare, legal, retail, and manufacturing, with a focus on personalized same-day last-mile delivery. It also provides P.O. box and outgoing mail handling. Availability in Tulsa, operates in Tulsa with service centers and logistics support for local businesses. Features same-day delivery for urgent documents, packages, and supplies, real-time tracking and automated alerts, specialized handling for medical, legal, and high-value items, warehousing and cross-docking for efficient deliveries. It says app details. Not exactly app-based. Bookings are via website, mailruncourier.com, or phone number, which is 1-800-488-9716. App availability may be limited to specific clients. The cost, I guess, it's almost like they're wording it like I'm the one getting something shipped. But I looked at their website. I couldn't exactly see where you on a brief glance, where you sign up to be a driver, or you probably just have to call the 1-800 number and get directions on how to do that. But that's something I looked in it, like the quicker the client wants the item, the more they're going to get charged, which probably would mean the more you would get paid. But I'm not sure. I'm 100% unfamiliar with that whole company. I just found it out when I was asking Grok about your market. I don't mind a good paying breakfast order, but the ones they've been sending me for like 20 to 30 or 42. Well, like the one that I think it was like $42 or $48 the other day. I had to drive so far to get it, and it was 7 something in the morning. I'm sorry, I'm not going to. The mileage outweighed the money. I have to drive all the way back down this way to get the other delivery. You can rewind. You can go back and rewatch it. The best thing to do, I know you don't want to download an app called X, which used to be Twitter, but you download the app, you log into it, and then at the very bottom of it on the phone, there's a little icon. That's not on my main screen. Right smack dab, almost in the middle of all the little buttons on the bottom, Grok. Grok. The camera's over here. You click on that, and the question I asked him to get what I got. That was just one of the things that popped up. You're pretty much aware of everything else that was available. Where's the question? Oh, there is another one I'd want to touch on. Um, you've heard of GoShare because Gator does that. I asked what other last mile on demand apps are available in the Tulsa market, and the book he gave me. Uber has something. Oh, where would it go? Uber Direct. Um, Uber Direct is Uber's white label last mile delivery solution, allowing businesses to offer on demand delivery through their own apps, websites, or phone systems. It also supports individuals for courier services available in Tulsa with delivery options within a 10-mile radius up to 20-mile with special arrangements. So it doesn't sound like they would drive you too far, but you never know. This is Uber. But it doesn't really touch on what they pay out for that. I've never really heard of Uber Direct. I know I've heard of Uber Freight, Uber Connect, Uber this, Uber that, but Uber Direct kind of threw me off. And that might be something looking into. That courier, that mail run courier, I was looking to see if it was in my market. And the address for the company is in Tulsa, so I'm assuming they may be just in Tulsa. This keeps tying everything to my YouTube channel on Grok because it remembers conversations we've had. So it like where that mail run is, it gets down here, app details that it costs her. Why it fits. Useful for delivering professional items, e.g., contracts for kayak brand partnerships or YouTube props with potential to discuss local business logistics. It threw those particular things in because of me asking it stuff about YouTube. And kayaks, I asked it how earlier, it's still up there, how I can get in touch with and the name of these companies that I could potentially get sponsored with a free kayak to test and review. And let's see if I can find it. Oh, I just got to the beginning of that one I looked up for Jason. Oh, that was on. I was looking up I'd heard Trump uh, got a deal brokered with China, a trade deal. And I was looking up the details. Well, I asked Grok because I don't have to do as much research. He does it for me and that quick. But yeah, if y'all didn't know, yeah, Lisa, you might want to watch the market this week. It might go crazy. Just saying. That's all I'm going to touch on that. That's not what I'm here for. And UDM did drop a video today when he did a couple catering orders and then talked about the DoorDash thing he's got going now, the 90-day deal. That's okay. That was my windows. I was looking for the cheapest places to find vinyl replacement windows. What was this about? Oh, I was looking for car shows, and it tried tying that in with tie in to your kayak fishing YouTube channel. The reason I'm looking into the kayaks, it's like one of the number one trending things in that whole fishing category, the whole niche on YouTube is kayak fishing videos. I'm going to catch up with the chat. I'm not on the right screen to look at it. Why specifically hard to confirm? I don't care about why. That's still the racing side. Anyway, I'm done with Grok. Let me get back over here. I'm going to look up vintage daily driver. I don't want golf clubs. That doesn't look like a daily driver. I went outside and cleaned out my van. I had a lot of boxes from Bonefish Grill. I replaced some of my boxes that I have inserted in my catering bags. I had to destroy about 5 or 6 of them. Boy, I was sweating my butt off. It is humid outside. It wasn't hard work. $11,900 for a 1937 Packard 115. 115? Dented trunk, missing fuel tank, very solid body, minimal rust. How is this a daily driver? It doesn't have a fuel tank. How you expect me to drive something with no fuel tank? Well, Derek from Vice Grip Garage, he's got methods around that. Boy, they need somebody to take pictures for them. Will they take this with like the first Motorola flip phone that had a camera in it? Oh, that'll buff out. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was looking for. I had a 6-pack of these Cardinals World 1982 World Champs. I left those at the ex-wife's house. Totally forgot about them until months later. She probably threw them away. They were unopened. I had them in a 6-pack container. I've had those. I had those since 1982. I had them in a closet at my grandparents' house. Wait, who's selling that stuff? Okay, it's not her. I would never drink it. The stuff was so old. Yeah, basically, Jason, use a boat tank with a fuel pump, electric fuel pump. Daily driver. I don't even know what that is. It's in Arkansas. Why am I finding stuff in Arkansas? I just started this. Usually once I scroll down pretty far, it will show me stuff. Ooh, a paddle boat. I've seen this paddle boat. I already looked at it. It's $125. I have fished out of a paddle boat multiple times down at my aunt's old lake house. And I'll tell you, they work pretty good. As long as you don't have 4 big guys in there, if it's just you and a buddy or you by yourself. But my aunt's was equipped with something. Well, I had another aunt and uncle two houses down on the lake. They had a regular paddle boat like this, or a pedal boat. And you just pedaled it. My aunt's had a built-in trolling motor, and in the center there, where that little like looks like a shifter, you could flip a switch there and turn the trolling motor on, and it just went, and you steered it with that thing in the middle. It was really cool. As long as the battery would hold the charge. I had to buy a new battery for it, but yeah, she was on the second biggest lake in that community. And it worked really well to go around fishing. Oh, no, don't open that. Don't open that. I already saw that. All it is for an anchor. I was looking at this this kayak here. It throws me off because it looks like a decent fishing kayak, but it's just the anchor for sale. What in the world is this? 1950s, 60s Argyle scooter. I did not know they ever had a motorized scooter like that before. These people take horrible pictures. It actually has a seat that goes over it. See, I have in my storage, I've got a Blade Z Pave Runner with a billet aluminum deck, and it's a scooter. It's a stand-up scooter. There's no seat. If I ever get that damn thing running again, it'll do 50 plus miles per hour while you're standing up. It is fast. And that's screaming fast while you're standing up, flying down the road, most likely without a helmet. And for anybody just tuning in that hasn't noticed, I did change the theme of my channel to let everybody know. If anybody wants to rewatch it, I got some Chinese food a little over a month ago, and I ate the fortune cookie because I always eat the fortune cookie first before I read the fortune. For some reason, I heard many years ago the fortune will never have a chance of coming true if you don't eat the cookie first. And the cookies over the years have gotten worse and worse, but I still choke them down and eat them. But it said, do what makes you happy. And going out working, and then this is another reason I haven't done videos too much for quite a while. Going out working, filming it, or live streaming it, doing content creation on what you're doing for work or while you're working. It was all work, and it was really kind of getting to me. So I read that fortune. I'm like, you know what? I've been tossing it around in my head. I was talking about doing some magnet fishing content this summer, especially like when Jason comes up here in July. Still don't know where I'm going to do that. Still don't have the equipment, but that won't take too long to get. But yeah, I have a lot more fun um, fishing, even though I haven't caught much this season so far. Uh, yeah, that's more fun. I'd much rather do create content on something that I enjoy doing. It's not that I don't enjoy doing gig work. The way I'm in and out doing pretty much just the catering orders, it's kind of hard to do it because I'm sure the restaurants and the customers don't want me filming them. So all I could really do is film me going into the place and coming back out, going into the drop off, coming back out. Your wireless at Cracker Barrel is super duper. Oh, waitress. I'm looking at my small monitor on the chat over there. I can barely make it out from here. Yeah, this stream was totally spur of the moment, as spontaneous as you can get. I'm looking at a canoe here. Mainly because of the trailer it's on, but it's $600. And it's located close to here, like 15 minutes away. But I don't want a canoe. I have not been in a canoe since 3rd grade at summer camp. I didn't like it then, and I probably won't like it now. And this canoe I definitely wouldn't want because it is not a flat bottom. If I got a canoe, I want it to be one of those wide flat bottom ones that would have more of a less chance of tipping. And for those non-tipping customers, you can get the difference between some of these customers, especially like on Earn by Time on DoorDash, the difference between them and a canoe is the canoe tips. I am in the market for a trolling motor, not that one. It's too old. They want $55. I give them like 15 for it. They won't even tell you how many pounds of thrust it has. There's a guy high and low. Okay, yeah. That's like a $10 trolling motor nowadays. Jason, ask your waitress. Well, if she's worthy of asking her, ask her if she has an ink pen, and she probably will say yes. And then say, "Okay, do you have a phone number to go along with that?" Once you have it in your hand. Suave. Does that have outriggers? Here's another canoe. Oh no, that's just however they got it. Oh, that's rafters. This picture's upside down. Or some, yeah, it's up. What? Yeah, that's totally upside down. I am gonna get a hold of Brandon this week about the product reviews. I do really want to get started on that right away, like within the next couple weeks. Maybe that by the end of this week. Now this kayak's pretty cool. Oh wow, look, that's why it's so expensive. Does it come with that trailer? It's an Ascend 133 fishing kayak, yak power, stabilizer floats. Oh, it does have the outriggers. If you can see them there. I was looking at those. I found them on eBay and Temu. They're like $2 more on they're like $61 on Temu and like $63 on Amazon. It does not say it comes with that trailer. It doesn't say it doesn't come with. Oh, it does say trailer. That thing's a little short. Well, yeah, that thing's a little short. It's one of those good ones though that you can get all kinds of add-ons. You can add a trolling motor to that like or pedals. Y'all aren't very chatty tonight. I probably don't have many people on here. It says 4 watching, and I could be one of the 4. I've looked up daily drivers before, and I didn't get many golf clubs, and I don't look up golf stuff, so I don't know why all these golf clubs are showing up. Vintage daily driver, not golf club driver. My uncle had one of these, an AMC Javelin, but his was in like restored condition, but it was very original. I think it had a repaint and that was it, but it had I think a 351 Windsor in it, but it ran like a bat out of hell. Bat out of hell. Can't say it. He had a Studebaker 55, I think 55 Studebaker pickup. It was ugly peachy tan color. I didn't like the color, but the paint job, the body work was great on it. It was all rusty under the hood because it was all original. I had an old straight 6, but it was one of those like 5 windows or something. The corners of the cab corners up top had little windows. I don't know if he kept that or not. He passed away a while back, so I don't know if he sold that. I know he had a few cars before he sold his house and everything up here and moved down to the lake community that I'm probably going to get a lake camping lot at here, hopefully in a couple weeks. I think they kind of look like a Mach 1 Mustang, but I don't know. I'm not a big, I think they're cool, but because they're classic. But this search is not working. It is not finding what I want. I'm going to look up classic cars. So I wish MarketPlace had a category for that. It would be much easier, but all they have is vehicles and you do make, model, year. I've been noticing on like these older in the 50s, the Chevys, all the automakers, a lot more 4-doors. Like here's a 56 Chevy Classic 210 4-door, 65 Plymouth Fury 4-door. I've looked at that. It's not in bad shape. But it's, yeah, I'm not going to say what's been done to it on here. I might get in trouble. A 78 Ford Thunderbird. My buddy's cousin had one of these. Ooh, it's got 10 grand for a 78. Sounds good. That sounds a bit bigger than the 351 my buddy's cousin had in it. And he's got like that tunnel ram thing sticking out of the hood. I can see a little bit of. Let's scroll down. Built 460. That's what I thought. Aftermarket crank rod, piston, head main stud, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what it looks like, though. That doesn't look bad. They were kind of ugly around that time, but they weren't terrible. I didn't mind them back then, like in the 80s, because they were old by then, so people my age were getting them. Oh, hell, I hope it's paying more than $32. You got to drive to Buffalo. I just have my 2 for tomorrow. Hey, this is in House Springs. It's right down the road. I should go take it for a test drive and rip a donut. This is what I wanted to look at. This is a 67, but I'm not a fan of step sides. But the front end looked good. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of step sides. I never have liked the step sides. Lots of restoration, but not complete. New drive shaft. 13 grand for a 67 Chevy. Is it C10 or C20? I see a 20. I'm guessing it's a C20. But you could change the bed. That's possible. Some people prefer the step sides. I know what year you like, Jason. I'll take any of those years. I wouldn't be particular. And I'd like to actually have some patina on it. Well, it wouldn't bother me if it had patina, the good patina. I mean, I don't want rust holes in it. I mean, if I'm buying something like that, I don't need the rust holes, the help with the miles per gallon or anything, lighten the car up. This is a 57. Yep, 4-door. I love the 50s dashboards. What I really like is I think it's a 62 Ford Thunderbird convertible. I would love to have one of those. I've been looking at them for years, and sometimes you can find them pretty quick and it'd be pretty reasonable and it be a daily driver. Like run, stops, brakes, all that good stuff. I don't call a pontoon boat a freaking classic car. Well, I hope it's paying more than 32. Well, it's not in your market yet. Maybe someday they'll move it. Whoa, what's this? A Toyota Camry, a 1990. It looked kind of clean in the picture I could see. Driven 80,000 miles. I doubt that. Bad engine, selling for parts. See, I love people that do that. That put that right the very first line in the description. A lot of times you'll read all the good stuff and get to the very last line. Oh yeah, it needs an engine or a transmission or something catastrophic. The car won't move. I'll tell you though, the body and everything's pretty clean for it being a 1990. Oh, the interior's it's got a hole in the dash. Something must have hit it. A little mess up there. Overall, though, the interior's pretty clean. That motor's clean. That could probably be rebuilt. What's wrong with the motor? There was an issue with the oil pump. That meant the pistons weren't getting any oil. This led to the engine being locked up. Needs a new engine. You could probably find an engine for that pretty cheap. Yeah, you'll see John boats popping up because I've been looking at boats. I've looked at this boat already. It doesn't say if it has a title or not. I'm not going to buy a boat without a title, but I've seen a basic John boat like this with a title. They want like I've seen them just a bare bones, nothing in it. They want like $1,200. And my problem with that is let me see here. Boating. I'm on Bass Pro's website right now. Damn it. Give me the menu for boating. I haven't looked at their kayak prices there. Yeah, I've been on my computer on Discord. This isn't to you, Lisa and Jason, because you guys have heard me with this newer mic, and they say it sounds really good on Discord. I barely used it on live streaming, but that's pretty much why I got it. Not one more is trolling. No. I want boats, small boats. No, not that small. It won't close that. That's what's wrong. There was something in my way. Boat Center, fishing boats. I want to look at just the basic John boats. That was a 12-foot John boat. They want with and probably doesn't have a title. I can go to Bass Pro Shop. That's a 10-foot. Where's the 12-foot? That's a 14-foot. I get a Tracker John boat, pretty much just like that one, brand new for $1,595. Nothing else with it, just the boat. No motor, trolling motor, nothing. So when I'm seeing these that are like, 14 years old, 22 years old, and they're wanting like $1,300 just for the boat with the title. This is an old Sears boat, old Sears John boat. Sears made a lot of boats, if you didn't know that. Like this here could quite possibly be. I was actually looking at this earlier today. It doesn't have a title. However, where I'm looking to buy a camping lot at the Woodland Lakes Lake Community, that's a private community. You don't exactly need titles on something like that you just throw in the back of the truck and take down to the lake with a trolling motor. So $75 for that, but it's pretty old. My cousin Tim down at my aunt's lake house had one of these, and it was his had seats. They're missing a seat up there in the front. It had the 3 rows of seats, about the same boat, but it was an old Sears boat, and he had a 2 horsepower or a 2.1 or something like that, old Sears outboard. Well, the boat was my cousin Tim's. The motor, I think, was my cousin Tom's, and I actually got that damn motor running. He could never get it running. It ran when he first got it, but not very well. And I got the bugger running, and then put it on that boat and went around the lake, and then it ran out of gas on the far side of the lake, and we had to paddle back. Show me something I haven't seen. Here's an old square body, an 81 square body Chevy, GMC. Oh, it's a 2500 too. Oh, he's got music playing. It's a 81 very clean GMC C2500. It's only a 2-wheel drive though. If I got an old square body, I'd want it to be a 4-wheel drive. It's got a 350 small block in it. That's a good Chevy motor right there. I'm not a fan of the turd brown color scheme with the tan. The hood's seen better days. It's a long bed, 8-foot single cab. Yeah, I'd like to get an old extended cab 4x4 square body someday. I think it'd be cool. Oh, this Volvo here, $950 for a 2001 Volvo wagon. Those could be pretty cool. They could be great delivery vehicles. It probably needs a transmission or a motor. I don't know. Let's look at pictures first. Interior clean and exterior clean, and they only want $950 for it. It's usually newer than that. You'll see them in good shape, but they don't want much money on them because they need a $5,000 transmission job. Is it 8 o'clock? That's what it is. That's delivered, reminding me of my orders tomorrow, which was going to also remind me that I'd want to be off the live stream in about 15 minutes. Okay, let's see what happened. Let's see what the transmission is bad. May need some electrical work, but it has a new O2 sensor and good tires. He says he loves the car, but the creep that sold it to me knew the transmission was bad. I'm a senior and he sold it to me for $4,000. There's a lot of buttholes out there. Why, thank you, Lisa, for the super chat. You didn't need to do that. I appreciate it. Super chat. Super chat. It's your day. You shouldn't be giving donations out. It's Mother's Day. Again, happy Mother's Day to any of the mothers that might be listening in besides Lisa. Well, I already wished her a happy Mother's Day. I sent her the Mr. T song wishing her a happy Mother's Day earlier. 2003 Porsche 911 Carrera for all-wheel drive cabriolet convertible, $27,000. It only has 86,000 miles on it. Oh yeah, I figured they'd have a whole paragraph of stuff with this thing. I love these cars. Always have. The older ones actually look a little cooler. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a little pricey. 1969 Cadillac DeVille convertible. Oh, it's got a video. Really small video. I wonder if it's got a 500 cubic inch motor in it. Oh, he's showing that the convertible top works. I've been wanting to do this marketplace thing for a while. I know I've talked to Jason, probably talked to Lisa, but she probably didn't remember me talking about it. I'm on marketplace every day. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get the big pictures. I don't like that color, but it could be a real pretty car if it wasn't that color. I'm not a big fan of cream as a color. It is clean. I think it would look better with a white top. Okay, there's a big motor. What's it say? It's a 472. A lot of them had 500 cubic inch big boys in it. Ugly dashboard. The dashboards of the 50s look so much better than this stuff. Fake wood and all that crap. Leather, that's been reupholstered. That's definitely not the original leather. I'd like to get a pontoon boat, but they're a lot harder to tote around than a little John boat. If I have to, I can shove a John boat in the back of my truck. I don't even need a trailer. They got little like a little trolley with wheels on it that you just pick it up on one end with the wheels at the other end and drag it down to the lake. Typically, there's a boat launch for stuff like that. Makes it really easy. Oh, I did look at this. I like this little MG. This 1978 MGB Roadster. It's in pretty good shape. It's 78, 4-speed stick. It's very good condition. It says runs good. New top, have tonneau cover, also new tires. Oh, will not respond. Is this still available? Yeah, it's only 2,500. Oh no, it's 5,000. Why did I think that was 20? This might not be the one I looked at. It looks just like it though. There's one out there for $2,500 though. It looks just like this. Yeah, I'd bet this was the same one, but maybe he bumped the price up. It usually goes the other way. He drops the price. But I love these little cars. Yeah, it's clean. Everything about it was clean. I swear this was the one I looked at for 2,500. There could be another one just like it. I used to love these. Still like them. Hell, it runs. I think that's a Rochester Quadrant carburetor there. It's a 79 Chevy Z28. Ugly color, though. I always hated that color. Let me get a race car, and can you paint that turd brown for me? But the amount of work that thing's going to need is going to need to be repainted. I would not repaint it that color. But I didn't. Yeah, I can't tell. I was like, does it have interior and a match? I need to get a more comfortable chair one of these days. Now this thing, watch this. If they show that, ooh, it's a video. If they show the dashboard, you'll see what I mean. Look at that Cadillac that was all clean. This thing's really clean. They went 18.5 for it. Oh, that interior, those seats need to be reupholstered. It's a 62. This is around the time they started messing up the dashboards and making them uglier. Boy, everything looks good except those front seats. That's most likely a repaint. That's been restored. Motor's clean. It says it was says it was taken down to metal and repainted in the late 90s in the original Marlin blue polycolor. I love that color though. Yeah, think of it with the top down. I'd love to cruise in that thing. Gas mileage is probably horrendous, but you all know I'm used to bad gas mileage. My brother-in-law had right around a 79. I don't know. My older brother-in-law. It was the white one with the blue stripes. Actually, on their wedding day, I actually got to drive it out in the church parking lot. It was a little snowy out, but I ripped donuts in it in the church parking lot where they got married. I wish they had a better picture. Yeah, the back seats are in better shape, but they've seen better days. But really, it wouldn't cost a whole lot to reupholster the front and back seats. You want to do them both. No, I want to see pictures of the dashboard. Damn it, that's clean underneath. Oh, they're showing when it was being restored. Trunk solid. I guess they've got a couple receipts from over the years. Good looking car. Not my favorite kind of car, but I like old cruisers with the top down. One of these days, Lisa, I always have to look at these Lincoln Town cars because they're pretty much the Crown Vic, which is got a pretty bulletproof. This one's seen better days. That leather is much softer than it looks. At least the older Lincolns were. But I could feel like you're driving around on a leather sofa. Brand new suspension, alternator, fuel filter, passenger side door panel, and 2 new tires. Minor cosmetic imperfections. It's got the 4.6 V8. I think I saw it had 258,000 miles. For $2,500, it's probably still got some life left in it. Oh, I don't need to see pictures again. I need to get out of there. Yeah, my Firebird Formula had leather, but it was like not soft leather. Not like, because my sister had an old Lincoln Town car, and I got in that, or the Cadillacs at the car lot I worked at in the 90s that we sold. That real soft leather. Here's a 98 Lincoln for $1,800, 180,000 miles on it. That's 78,000 miles less than that other one. And it says car will maintained up until recently original owner. If you're looking for a good first time car or a vehicle to commute back and forth to work, this is the one for you. Yeah, I see rust on it. It's got Illinois plates. That thing's beat to hell. Yeah, there's rust just like that on the other side. Oh my God, it looks like shit inside. Yeah, that thing's been beat to hell. It says it's in Eureka, Missouri, but those license plate tells me it's in Illinois. A Chevy Cobalt. That's a classic car. A 2014 Chevy Camaro RS. That's a classic car. Not yet. I don't know that it ever will be. Let's see. It has dual exhaust, but I had a buddy that had right about a 2014. He bought it brand new, and it had dual exhaust, but it was a 6-cylinder. Everything in working condition other than AC and engine knocking. Gotta love that. Runs great. Needs new transmission. Doesn't tell me the motor size, which is probably a 6-cylinder. But I drove his, and it actually it had some get up and go for a 6-cylinder. But the 6-cylinders they make today compared to like back when I was younger, whole world of difference. They put out a lot more horsepower. I don't care if I'm not a Catholic. Pope from Illinois. He's from Chicago. That's even worse. That's I think. Well, he is a White Sox fan, so he's got that going for him. At least he's not a Cubs fan. My niece's Camaro. It's got I don't know what size V8 in it, but it's got a V8 and it's pretty badass. She's also had some work done to it, not mechanically, but cosmetically to make it look cooler. Windows tinted, and I don't even know it all detailed out pretty good. Oh my. This is one of my favorites here. It's a 63. It's not my favorite year, but a Chevy 2 Nova convertible. I don't mind them if they're not a convertible. I love these cars. Not a fan of red, though. Some classic cars, I wouldn't mind red. For some reason, these Novas, I don't like them red. I like them blue. I like them gray, silver, whatever. Black. I wouldn't want to really get a black car, though, because, boy, do they show the dirt. It's got a 6-cylinder. My grandpa almost bought it. It was either a 65 or a 66 Chevy 2 Nova station wagon. And I gave him shit for it. Boy, I wish he would have. It's really clean, but that 6-cylinder. It'd still be a cool car to cruise around in. What up, Sam Lee? That's an 86 Chevy Silverado square body. Look at the running boards on this thing. Diamond plate. It is a C10. Was regularly driven, runs and drives great, floats like a Cadillac, has a 305. I do not like that motor. Just pull it out, put a 350 in it. Well, 305 does technically kind of is a 350. It's got a 350 small block, but the heads and pistons are not from the 350 or cam. I don't know. Cam may work. I had that 305 in my very first car, my 1980 Monte Carlo. I wasn't a big fan of it. Some of those Monte SSs had them though, and it was a high output 305 in the 80s. They didn't have the Monte SS out yet when I got my Monte Carlo. They came by maybe 82. They came out. A Buick Electra in Mexico, Missouri. Oh boy, that's look at that. Look at those seats. I've looked at this one already. This K1500 it's a 91. They went $2,700. Wait, there's a white one right there. That's red or maroon. Something sketchy there. And if you're watching, Jason, these are the ones that I call the upside down bathtub. These Caprice Classics. I thought they were hideous. Oh my God. Somebody drives that. 87 Chevy Silverado. And it does not tell me if it's a four-wheel drive. It says it has an 8-foot bed, standard cab. I'd still take it. '65 Chevy Impala. This is a numbers matching car. It looks like a piece of crap. I saw a '65 Pontiac GTO pop up today, and they wanted like $67,000 for it. I didn't even click on it. I wanted to look at the pictures, but man, $67,000. It probably in like new or better condition. A Fiat Spider. Holy crap. I used to love these. I'd probably take one. Fix it again, Tony. I like the color. Got a little dent right there. Right on one of the little bubbles on the hood. About the worst place you could get a dent on that car, on the hood. Yeah, I've had a couple of friends that's had these. I worked with one of them when I was a chef at Schnucks. I couldn't believe she drove it. It was red. It was clean. Looked in really good shape. This one looks in good shape. I wouldn't pay $7,000 for one of them, though. It's got rust on it. That gas tank looks new. It had a rust proofing under sprayed on it at one point underneath. What's it say about it? Turbach. I think it's supposed to say turbo, but they put a C on the end. Yeah. Not for me. Could be. Watching on your tablet, I'm sure. I like Falcons too. Not with the 6-cylinder though. Not 302 in it. 289. That's a stick shift. I do like the body of those Falcons though. Newer top, newer interior, retro stereo, 6-cylinder, 170 cubic inch 6-cylinder. How long has this been up here? 3 weeks? Yeah, when I went to high school out where my parents lived, there was somebody like a year ahead of me or something like that. He had like a metallic metal flake blue one of these. It was jacked up a little in the rear end, had a V8. Yeah, it was jacked up a little. This one looks like it sits down in the rear end a little bit. And I just thought it was the coolest thing driving after school. I'd see him cruising down the road in front of the school. I don't remember that guy's name. He was a pretty cool dude. He was in one of my gym classes. What time are we looking at? 8:20. I'm going to have to get off here in a couple minutes. Look at a couple more cars. Like this is the kind of patina I was talking about. Nah, that's got the I'm not a big fan of green. I don't want patina on the interior though. If I had a truck like this, I'd keep the patina outside, but I'd restore the whole interior and make it look like brand spanking new inside. And I would definitely get different wheels on it. Those things are retarded looking. But I don't like the bed on it. I'm not a step side. 63 Buick Skylark convertible for 12,000. This is not the one we looked at earlier. That wasn't a Skylark. Oh, I like the interior a lot better on this than that other one. I like those wheels too. They remind me of Hot Wheels. Oh, I wish they had more pictures of it. I know you hate green. There's certain greens I don't mind, like certain vehicles I don't mind green, like a Jeep Grand Cherokee, in the forest green. I don't mind that, like an SUV or a Jeep. Well, depends on the shade of green. Um, I'm surprised one hasn't popped up. Dang, 59 Corvette, 80 grand. 70 Dodge Challenger, 65 grand. Oh God, a 59 Rambler American station wagon, $12,000. 50,000 original miles. I doubt it. Could be. You never know. I'd be afraid to drive that thing. That'd make a really cool looking, a really cool little delivery vehicle, but I'd be worried about the dependability of it, of that old motor. I've never heard great things. God, this thing's so body puttied up. I don't even know if that's putty. It almost looks like spray foam that they sprayed in the holes and just painted over. This is what the cops drove here back in the 80s, but they were brown. That's why we call them the brown clowns. These old Caprice classics. I had a buddy that bought one. It was brown. He even had the big CB antenna on it, just so the police officers wouldn't pull him over. They think he's a cop. That looks like it's missing the motor. It's sitting too high in the front end of that truck. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to double dose on my sleep aids tonight. Well, I only take a half dose most of the time. So when I say double dose, that means it's actually just a regular dose. I need to figure out a better way to search just the old hot rods and stuff, the vintage vehicles. And I put classic cars in. I've done it sometimes. I just type in like 1962 Ford Thunderbird and all kinds of stuff. I'll do that right now. It knows I've done it before. Yeah, that Cadillac that we let that cream colored one I wasn't a fan of pops up first. Why didn't it? All this I've seen this. It says it's a Ford GT Coupe. It's a Pinto. It does have the 2.3 liter in it. I thought maybe with these old aluminum slot wheels that they may have dropped a V8 in it. No, that's that tiny little 2.2 4-cylinder. And these are from the what? No, if this is a 78, they'd fixed them from blowing up if they got rear-ended by then. It was like the 72, 73s, which we had. I think it was a 72 copper colored. And then after that, we had a 79 Pinto station wagon. Oh, this is the Maverick that I found on here. Even back when there was several Mavericks driving around on the road, I never saw a Maverick in this good a shape. They want 29,000 for it. It's like brand new. It only has 40,000 miles on it. I mean, inside and out. Look at it. It looks brand new. Yeah, I knew people that drove these back in the 80s, and they were rust buckets. And this is a 1970. So yeah, when I was seeing them in the 80s, late 70s, they had been around a while. They had plenty of time, but look at it. It's like brand new interior. They even got a plastic thingy around the steering wheel like they put at the mechanic shop. Interior looks brand new. The whole thing looks brand new. I've never in my life seen one in that good a shape. You might have. I actually look at let me scroll back up. It might have been before. Yeah, I think that was before I switched over to this search. I look at the rabbits. This is a 62 Ford Thunderbird. I want a convertible though. I like these cars. Damn, that motor looks good for better than they usually do. The whole engine compartment looks pretty damn clean. I see some black spray paint overspray on the wheel well here. Yeah, somebody been doing some touch up. Right there, it looks like a rocket ship in the rear. This thing's been lowered and it has back tires are flat. Says it's an East St. Louis. I don't want anything to do with it. They also don't have a description. All you can go by is 63,000 miles. I don't know. Yeah, you get to the 66. I don't like that rear end on the Thunderbirds, and I don't think I like the front end a whole lot either. They were still doing a decent dashboard. This thing's filthy, but I need to find one. I love the interior of the whole dashboard of a 62 to 64. 67 Ford Thunderbird with suicide doors. Was that factory on those? Those door panels actually look pretty clean. This is a 67. For the time though, like the whole gauge cluster, the center console and everything, to me, it looks like it's futuristic for the time on the Thunderbirds. I guess that is factory. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to find what I'm looking for, and then I'm going to get off here. I pretty much got to go to bed. Oh, here's a 63. This is why I don't like a 63. See them, those fake vents on the doors? I don't like those. It still has the rear end I like and the interior I like. And the 64 has them as well. So I don't know if they're on the doors, but they're somewhere on there. And I don't like them. I would like the color of this, though. That'd be cool. It's terrible interior pictures. But other than those vent things on the doors, these are almost identical to the 62. I just don't like those vent things. A freaking Lancia? Zagato Targa. Wow, I only hear that stuff like on the original Top Gear with Richard Hammond, James May, and Richard Hammond, James May. Oh God, the main guy. I can't think of his name. Put it in the chat if you can think of that third guy's name. Richard Hammond, James May, Jeremy Clarkson. Never mind. I knew it'd come to me. Well, I'll look at this 55. Damn, that thing's clean. They only went 35. I'm shocked. Still not a good picture of the damn dash. It's all blurry. Nice and clear on the steering wheel though, but I like the dash better on the one I'm looking for. You know, every time I look these up, I find a few of them. Till now that I'm doing this live. Yeah, here's the older Porsche that I said I like the older ones better. This is 85 911 Carrera Targa. Okay, the motor runs. I love that with the big whale tail on the back. That's the ones I fell in love with. Hey, I take pretty good pictures with my Motorola. That's what I've been filming videos with lately is the Motorola. And I've actually got my newest Motorola that I couldn't use when I switched to Spectrum that was only like a month old. I got that on a charger charging up. I'm going to start doing the videos from that. I'm going to wipe out everything on it so I've got all the storage space for videos. Cuz I'm putting it in airplane mode. Airplane. 52 Ford Victoria. What in the world is that? A Crown Victoria? Look at that stick shift. That's way up in the air. It's as tall as the damn dashboard. I never seen anything like that. Oh, I'd take that. 13,500 for that. Oh, it has skirts too. I'm not a fan of skirts, but yeah, see one of them iPhone snobs. Great looking classic. Runs and drives as it should. 302 automatic. I said as an automatic. I really wouldn't want to stick shift in something I just want to cruise in. New wheels and tires. We have the originals as well. Has the Mercury hood. Also have hood trim. Various extra trim for the car. She is ready to cruise this summer. I would like to have that. I'd want to do the seats a little better, but that would work for just a cruiser. That was my buddy Mike. I forgot to text him and say, hey, man, don't text me any of that crap late tonight. Okay, that's enough of that. That's not what I was looking for. Just show me one. Oh, my goodness. I don't like that color, that creamy yellowish, but I like the car. 68 GTO, but is it an original? Or is it a, yeah, it's a Le Mans. Still, it looked just like a GTO. They badged it up. Yep, that says right there, GTO badging. I'd drive it, but I wouldn't buy it. Ford Falcon Ranchero. Wasn't a fan of those pickup cars. I don't think I'm going to find one on here. I've already looked at that boat. An 81 Jeep CJ7 Laredo. Geez, they want 21,000 for that. I has a V8 in it from back then, maybe a 360. Does it tell you? That's definitely not the straight six that I'm hearing. Doesn't tell me the motor size, but that sounded like a V8. Could be a 360. I doubt it's any bigger. Oh no, I quit looking. I'm only doing this because just what I wanted to do on the live stream. I've been wanting to do a live stream looking at stuff on MarketPlace for a while. Like things like this. Check that Jeep out. I hope it lifts up off the ground. Does it have airbags? It's a rat rod Jeep, 1948 Willys. I'm a fan of rat rods. Right quick. I'm done looking for the Thunderbird. Let's see if I can find a rat rod that's exactly that. I like these the old trucks. I don't like that one. That's not that. Oh, it's underneath it. I see this Volkswagen Bug up here, convertible, and it says it's a 48 Jeep CJ2A. It's that rat rod that is right there. Wait, that's listed for 27.5. This was listed a year ago. This is the same Jeep. That was listed a year ago. There it is. Now that was 20,000. Now it's 27.5, and this was listed 26 weeks ago. I'd have to tell him, no, I don't want this one for 27,000. I want this other one for 20. I mean, I wouldn't pay him that much for either of them, to be honest. What is this? That's a Volkswagen. Now I look at MarketPlace a lot of times when I go to bed. It helps get me sleepy. But that's all I have for now. I just wanted to jump on and stream because I haven't streamed in quite a while from the homestead. And now I can see the chat a lot better. StreamYard has a dark mode now. I have no idea how to set it, and it's probably something you only get if you pay for it. Because my face is lit up this much because of this big bright white screen. I was trying to figure it out before I went live how to was it in media what is that? Media assets. Nope, don't see it in here. Nope, I have no idea. Back to the comments. Well, that's what I was thinking about doing, Jason. Like Sundays, because nobody really does anything on Sundays. And I'm typically home because I don't do anything. I also typically don't have a breakfast order Monday morning. That makes me get up this early. But I'll wake up. I wake up around that time anyway. I got to eat something, though. A little sandwich or something. I ate a earlier today for breakfast. We'll say brunch. That thing was so freaking big. I stuffed it. It was 3-egg omelet, but I stuffed it way too much. But it was good. It was quite delicious. But on that note, guys, thanks for hanging out. I am going to get out of here. I don't have a good old saying to get out like Dennis and Grandpa does. But I will say a bad day of fishing is always better than a good day of work. We'll see ya.